our next committee of the day is the Health and Social Services Committee. Those committee members are Amobian, Freeman, Baylor, Neal, and Holland. Looks like we have all members present except for Councilman Freeman, and Councilman Neal has not connected to video yet. Madam Chair, do you want to give those a moment to join, or would you like to get started?
I see Mr. Neal is on, and we're missing Mr. Freeman?
Correct.
Do you know if he's coming?
I have not heard.
Okay.
You do have a quorum if you'd like to get started.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Amobian,
Present.
Freeman, Baylor,
Aye.
Neal,
And someone here. Okay.
and Holland.
Aye.
All committee members are present except for Councilman Freeman.
Okay, let's call the meeting to order. May I have a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting?
So moved.
So moved. I heard two voices, so we're going to consider one of them a second. Madam Chair. We have one piece before us today. It's a resolution.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, could we get a vote on those minutes, please?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Amobian,
Present. Okay, aye. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Baylor,
Aye.
Neal,
Aye.
and Holland.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have one piece before us. It's a resolution declaring the month of May 2023 Mental Health Awareness Month in the city of Akron to raise awareness about mental health in the local community and to recognize and celebrate the many individuals, families, services, and community partners that contribute to the mental health services and declaring an emergency. I don't know if Madam President is on the line or not. Is she present with us here?
She has not joined, Madam Chair.
Okay, well, I'll let have my name added, and I think we all know, and I don't think anybody was invited. Amy wasn't invited from that board.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. It's okay, Elizabeth. I can't. Did someone say something? Oh, okay. As a person who's worked in mental health for X number of years, 40 plus, or whatever the case may be, we are very fortunate in the city of Akron and the county of Summit, actually, for the many resources we have available and the providers who are very creative and always doing different kinds of things to improve the services. But I was just reading a report this morning, and I can only tell you that mental health providers are badly in need of support. The report was suggesting that the burnout rate is very high because I think everybody knows that everybody's having staffing issues, which means that there's more work to be done by fewer people. And since the pandemic, we have seen an escalation in the number of folks who are in need of mental health care, where substance abuse is increasing, and everybody's stressed out. So there's a real strong need for more mental health services wherever you live, and in Akron and Southern County as well. But we are fortunate in many ways, but we still need much more help. So with that, I don't know if other council members on the committee have any comments or questions about what they're seeing as well.
Madam Chair.
I see Councilwoman Baylor in front of me.
Madam Chair, I agree with you, and I've been thinking about the mental health issues as well, especially the month of April, because we generally, reach out to many different organizations and participate in different things that they have around mental health. And I actually would like my name added to that legislation
see your hand, Mr. Neal?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I just wanted to say I acknowledge the seriousness when you talk about the need for mental health support. But this is something that we as a council can look at later. I think one of the reasons that we need more mental health workers is because of the breakdown of community. We saw with COVID when people were isolated, there was a spike in the need for mental health because there was a breakdown. People had less and less interaction with others. I just want to speak for my own personal being able to be a part of, be it faith-based groups where they come together to support one another as they study, a common faith or whatever interest. As we've talked about how we've saved ourselves a lot of medical expenses because it provides the same type of services. So, what I'd like for us to do is take a look at what ways can we foster and support groups that will help us foster a greater sense of community. For our young people, especially to our seniors in our community, the more they're isolated, the greater the mental health challenges. So I just wanted to, so that would be on record, if someone ever goes back and looks at this, we don't always need to use institutional services. We just need to create sometimes just healthy opportunities for community interaction with folks within their peer group and intergenerational interaction as well. Just wanted that to be a part of the record. Thank you.
Sure, and thank you for saying that. As you were talking, I was thinking about the bicycle group that you are part of, and the men in your neighborhood. What an excellent way to come together as, I don't know if you have the white men, but I know there are a lot of black men in that group. And one of the things we know is that African Americans don't take advantage of, quote, professional mental health services. But there are lots of other ways, as you've indicated, that you can release some of that stress and do some community engagement activities such as that help the stress level and a lot of other things. So yeah, there's a lot for us to do. I think what would be really excellent is for council members to see the array of resources that are available, not only the professional ones, but the other resources that we have in Southern County that they can share with their residents as they have their meetings during this month. Because we are very fortunate to have so many, but people don't necessarily know that they exist. So there's a lot to be done. I don't know, I didn't see any other hands. Do you see any other hands here?
Yes, Madam Chair, Councilwoman Holland has her hand raised.
Oh, please, Councilwoman Holland.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add my name to this piece as well. Mental health care is health care, and I think while we've made a lot of progress in recent years as a culture, as a nation, in terms of opening up our consciousness and our understanding and acceptance of the idea of getting help, the idea of, making more and better options available to everybody. We still have a long way to go. I have such great appreciation for the work you do, for the work that so many in our community do, both within the clinical setting, but certainly in terms of community connecting and community building. But this might be the issue at the core of every big issue we are struggling with as a nation, as a people right now. I really appreciate this piece coming before us today, and again, I'd like to add my name to this, and thank you.
Did I see your hand go up, Kurt? I see you back there.
I was coughing, but yes, I will definitely stand and rise in support of this. Mayor Horgan would absolutely like his name added. I think just based on his family, the work his wife does as a psychiatric nurse definitely sheds light on this on a daily absolutely daily in this community. My former work in the criminal justice world too, this was such a large part, and getting individuals comfortable with the fact of dealing with that underlying issue and how the court could ultimately help. And again, I agree with you, Councilwoman Omobian, this community is very rich in resources, but sometimes not very rich in getting that information out and into the hands of people who might be best to benefit from it. So anything we could do, anything we could use on behalf of the mayor's office communication, we'd be more than happy to do that. I know your organization offers pretty comparable to what the police call ride-alongs, where you can really spend a day with somebody, see what is actually available in the community, and get a better understanding from not only the mental health provider, but the consumer as well. And it's just kind of making sure you see both sides of that story and where our role might be. So I thank you for bringing this. And again, Mayor Horgan absolutely would lend his name to this one.
Sure. And thank you very much. I was just thinking about the aging commission that we have with Dr. Stearns and the others. Perhaps we could, before the month is out, we can have a panel of folks come before us and talk about the services that are available and tell us about the things they're hearing, because as Councilman Neal indicated, the seniors have been particularly isolated, particularly during the pandemic. So there's a lot for us to do. So anyway, with that said, I think we all agree that this is an important piece. So may I have a motion for a favorable report and with suspension of the rules, please?
So,
Second.
And moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I think that's all we have. Is that all we have, Sarah?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Our next committee of the day will be the Budget and Finance Committee, and it will begin at 3 o'clock. Those committee members are Freeman, Amobian, Malik, Baylor, and Lombardo. Again, that's the Budget and Finance Committee, and it will begin at 3 o'clock. Thank you.